What's going on, YouTube? This is day 2 of the kind of 90-day sprint for posting every day, 90 days, just to kind of give you guys my thoughts, things like that, and kind of where my business is going, agency is going, and just in terms of the direction with everything. Very first thing I did kind of mention just transitioning my whole entire mindset, just being sales, just being business, not really cutting out all of the stuff that doesn't really matter. So that's even including music, stuff like that. And this morning, got on 3 meetings. From there, started listening to a couple podcasts just generally about leadership and actually how to become a better leader inside of your business in order for you to get to where you want to go. Now, this video is going to be specifically about how I'm going to take the agency that I'm currently managing, this whole entire sales team, from 100K a month to 300K a month. And that is going to be documented for this entire 90-day process of how we're going to go from 100K to 300K. The biggest thing that I have kind of at least learned, or I have kind of taken into consideration, was very first myself. Never starting to point fingers at anybody until you can really look at yourself and say, okay, I'm doing exactly every single thing that I am doing like possible to make sure that my team is optimized or I'm performing at the highest level possible. So that is very first thing that I had to look into, was just myself and if I'm actually performing the way I want to. And it was the case that I was not. Just being 100% honest, being 100% transparent with you guys, I was not performing at the level that I needed to in order to be the person that's able to get that 300K a month mark. I know I talked about it a little bit yesterday, but really harping on it that today I need to, one, it starts from the beginning. The reps that I'm looking for now, I'm looking for a couple new reps because we have one offer that's launching in like a week, and then we have another offer launching in like 3 weeks. And these offers can honestly print. With one of the offers, we've already had a 10K day, and that's with no funnel, nothing built out, just selling. Like, his offer is already really, really sought after. This guy, the second guy, or this first guy, I should say, is kind of a revamp and actually having a solid structure and how we're actually going to get this guy to, 100K a month, 50K a month to start off, but, eventually scale up to 100K. Now, the very first thing how I kind of want to bring it back is just the aspect of it starts from the beginning. Who am I training? Who do I let actually be on the team? And what does my hiring process look like? Now, my hiring process before, I would like to say was pretty dialed. That's like the key word, was pretty dialed. After watching a couple of videos, after seeing how these guys that are making millions of dollars a month, hiring their sales reps, hiring people in their kind of industry, I have a lot of things to work on. Just a lot of things to work on. Very first thing is, when these people, I have to invest into people's potential. That is my very biggest thing. And I don't care who you are, as long as you have the work ethic and I can see potential with you, I will help you and get you there. Now, a thing that also has to play a factor is people's things that they do outside of work. Outside, what are the habits that these people are doing outside of work? And if these are something that aligns with the goals, aligns with the vision of the agency, companies, or teams that I am managing, if it does not align, you don't need to be on the team. And I'm coming to the conclusion of I've hired people in the past that didn't line up and they did not make me any more money, right? They were not making the money that I want to be making. And the only reason that I'm at the position where I'm at now is because of the people that I've hired, the way I've trained them, and the expectations that I've set out for them through myself. Because it all comes down to me at the end of the day. I am the leader. I have to show them the expectations of what has to be done in order for them to be like, okay, Jaden does this. I know that he has this expectation, so I have to uphold it. And if I'm not setting that expectation day in, day out, people are going to start not getting lazy, but aren't going to take it as serious. And that cannot happen. Simply, that cannot happen if I want to scale. So that was the biggest thing that I am kind of at least learning to is how can I be a better leader, and what steps do I need to take to become that leader that is going to allow me to hit that 300K a month mark. So that's the very first thing. Second thing is just the overall sales training process. Now, I feel like when it comes to actually training reps, I can train any setter, I can train any closer. That is not an issue. I know sales like the back of my hand. So that is not an issue. The issue is just coming down to setting out the expectations and stuff like that. So how my old sales process was pretty much almost automated. They would come inside the business, they would understand, okay, the SOPs, the expectations wise, here's what I need to do, here's how I'm gonna uphold them. I would walk them through that. Then from there, give them my training modules that I've had for all my agency, which is just completely free for the people that are my sales reps. So I train them in the style of like how I like to set, how I like to close. And it's really based like kind of setter focus, because setters are the main priority or the biggest people in your business. Like for any info product, those are the biggest people. So I have a heavy like training module, like how to use GHL, how to even like just pick apart the conversation. So once I hop off the training with them, like they watch all the trainings, I go ahead, do a couple one-on-ones with them, and then after that, I listen to their calls for around 3 to 4 days. Just me and them in a Google Meet, just listening to their dials, and then just making sure that they're performing. So when I do leave, I'm not just like hovering over them, like, okay, are you doing this? Are you doing this? Are you doing this? But another thing that I started implementing as well is checking in on the business throughout the day. Like the whole business is about to fail if I don't. So I'm checking in throughout the day. Okay, is everybody getting responded to? If we do, a blast, is all the pipelines getting moved accordingly? Is people actually dialing when they say they're dialing? Okay, are the closers actually dialing when they say they're dialing? Are they actually on those meetings? Making sure that everybody in my circle, on the offers that I bring them on, are dialed to the maximum amount possible, because that's a direct reflection on me. If I bring on somebody and they just absolutely shit the bed, that looks bad on me, and I've had that happen a couple of times, and I do never want that feeling again. Another thing that I also have, I just implemented a lot of SOPs. I have a SOP for almost everything inside the sales process. So when I talk to somebody, or when I have a new setter, a new closer, they know exactly what to do. It's not like, oh, let's re-go through. I have a doc. Okay, boom, this is how you do this. Oh, you have a question? Here it is. Like literally everything is set out. So that's the kind of training process that I have. Now, the biggest lever that we've talked about today is just leadership. That's what I believe is going to get me to 100K a month right now, 300K. One, having multiple setters, following up like crazy, dialing as much as possible, and increasing competition. Competition, I feel like, fuels a team. If you do not have a lot of competition in your reps, I feel like you can only go so far. Like if you only have one rep that's just absolutely blowing everybody out the water, it's not going to increase like your money by any means. I've made the most money when I've had two setters literally battling. Okay, I'm gonna make more money than this guy. I'm gonna make more money than this guy. And literally what happened next? They were both making money, right? And by a byproduct of that, we were PRing almost every single week. And that's the simple thing. And now that we're not PRing every single week, just being 100% honest, we need to bring back that level of competition, because that's what's gonna allow us to scale beyond this, to scale beyond this point. And really just taking care of the people that are doing good. So if you're doing good, actually rewarding and actually showing your appreciation. I appreciate all the setters, all the closers that are on the agency, because without them I wouldn't be here. But appreciating, and then actually if you're not doing the job that you need to do, or you're not hitting that KPI, like, okay, what do we do? How can we fix that? Another thing that I'm implementing as well is just constant EOD calls, check-ins, weekly updates with all the reps, and like treating it almost like a mentorship in a sense, like setting up one-on-ones with these people so they know, okay, at the end of the day, at the end of the week, me and Jaden are gonna have this one-on-one. We're either gonna get better or die trying. That's really how I look. It may be cringy, but we are gonna get better until this person literally probably hates me. But they're not gonna hate me when they're making the money that they wanna make, right? But that is kind of like my little yap session, what I'm kind of planning for today, how I believe we're gonna get to 100K to 300K a month, and it's very, very doable. That can honestly change in like 90 days, like my 90 days. I'm gonna come back to this video, actually see, and hopefully for you guys, you can see more of like how I've become a leader. I'm gonna start maybe even, tell me if this is a good idea for everybody that is watching, like even showing you guys some of like my training calls with some of my reps, doing some of those. I'm probably gonna post those, and even like some of my closers trainings, doing stuff like that. But if anything, this is gonna wrap up the video. If you guys have any sort of questions, comments, concerns, DM me at Jaden Burwell or at Jaden.Burwell on Instagram. And then as well, if you guys are interested in at least learning from me, or not learning from me, but just literally just hearing me yap, I have a free Telegram completely for free. I don't sell anything. You just have to DM me, follow me that you want the Telegram. I'll go ahead and send it over. That's where I'm also going to be starting posting all of my job opportunities. So all of my job opportunities, daily apps. If you guys have any questions on sales, just literally DM me. But yeah, if you guys do want to join the Telegram, just follow me, DM me. I'm not going to respond to you if you don't follow me. I'm not going to lie. But that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys got a little bit of sauce, and I'm loving the journey. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.